Okay, so a few other features around the waveform here, and we've got the playback controls at the top here. So playback controls control the playback speed of the file. So you'll see here that we have this slider here that when we click and drag it, will adjust the sample rate of the file. So that's if we've got sample rate selected. If I double click this, it will reset it back to the sample rate of the file. You'll notice that if I click from a 48 to a 96 kilohertz file, the actual slider does jump automatically. If we wanted to adjust based on pitch or a percentage, we can click this icon here and this will allow us to adjust the pitch up and down. If we click it again, we can adjust it by semitones. So if we're using musical content or we need to actually adjust it by a particular semitone range, maybe 12, we want to go up an octave, then we can flick to semitones and this will allow us to adjust using sort of semitone intervals. If we wanted to manually enter in an amount, so we want to go up 12 semitones, then we can just click up there, manually enter it, and it will adjust it. Again, double click and it resets. Over to the lock icon here means that if we engage this will mean that this slider is now locked and won't reset next time we select the next file. So it will keep the slider offset for the next file that we select. If we don't have this engaged, it will automatically reset itself back to its default position for the file we select. Now the buttons we've got across the top here are all pretty straightforward and self-explanatory. Hover over them and we get a little tooltip, tells us what they are. But we've got the one of the ones that some people aren't aware of is the performance record option. So performance record is basically like a live record, like a tape recorder. When we engage this, it actually starts recording, and any of the audio that gets played, including effects. So if we go into our process panel, for instance, use our little XY controller to adjust the speed, then this performance, when I click stop, is actually recorded and captured, and we can use that in our DAW project. Now this will be this will actually appear in the history, so you can see here that we've got this colored entry here, perf, for a performance recording. If we click this, we instantly load the performance that we just did. So all the effects and everything have been applied. Same thing if we apply processing effects, VST effects in this, these will all be captured as well. If we want to locate this file, if we hover over it, it'll actually show us where the recording is on our hard drive. If we click on this file and then just press the O key on the keyboard, this will actually open up the folder location, and from here we can grab this file and do whatever we want with it. So next to the performance record, we have what's called the loop selected record button. So if this is engaged, when we create a selection of a portion of audio, that will actually loop back and forth. I actually have to make a big enough selection. So that will actually loop around when it gets to the end and restart from the start again. The autoplay toggle button, when this is engaged, this is normally engaged so that when you select a file, it begins playing automatically. Disable this if you want to be able to click through files without triggering playback each time. The reverse option just simply reverses playback, so you'll see that the playhead starts playing in reverse, so we can switch that on the fly. We then have a loop continuous button. So this loop continuous button simply, when it gets to the end of the file currently, it will switch to the next file. You need to make sure that you have autoplay engaged, otherwise it will just switch to the next file and stop. And then in conjunction with this option, we can engage the shuffle mode option so that each time it finishes a file, it will go to another file randomly. Very, very good if you want to randomly sort of pick through some results of a search and try and find a sound that you maybe wouldn't click on. Next, we've got the signal meter for the sample that's currently playing, a master volume control to adjust the master volume playback, a stereo panner, and then a mid-side stereo converter.